Alright, Nohan wanted a replay review, so here we go. Mid-tier on can't be keeping it good. If I were you, I would probably go to the middle area at right over here at F6. You can go hill. You have 8 degrees of gun depression, and I mean, it's not a terrible idea. The only thing is you would have to load gold. And you've got IS-5, T-34, WC-111. Your pen would be a real issue on the hill. So you can go hill, but you'd have to load full gold, basically. So I don't think I would recommend it.
Let's get this show on the road.
When you're taking this route to the middle, you really want to go through these bushes. It'll prevent lights from spotting you out here in the open and already from one-shotting you and ending your game. Like, just go through those bushes. It's not a whole lot of cover since you're moving, but it is definitely better than just driving out in the middle of the open. You can also go, if you spawned on the left, you can go into these little dips, and that'll help block spots a little bit. Kind of look like you're unsure where you want to go. So right now you see that the Type 64 looks like he's going to be surfing, and you've got a Rudy also coming up here in the mid with you. So you've got to wonder, what is your role now going to be? You're much slower and worse at spotting than Type 64. Rudy's a tier lower, so his gun's going to be worse, and you know, I wouldn't expect a whole lot of help from him. That is a lot of red team lit up right now that you decide you don't want to shoot at all. You decide you want to dip down in here. Instead, I would have, I mean, early damage is very important. I would have gone up, taken a snapshot at whatever looked easiest, and gone back down. But who knows how long those guys are going to stay lit. So, I mean, you could probably be real cheeky and track one of these heavies as they're crossing the train tracks over there and get a lot of assist damage from Artie that way. It's risky, don't get me wrong. You could just end up taking 4 guns to the face and dying, but right now what you're doing is, you know, there's 0 risk, but there's 0 reward. That was close. I'm not sure why you're not trying to shoot that WZ right now. Yeah, you could have had that guy. This area is much better for your tank, I think, than trying to surf and play the ridgeline.
Enemy is hit.
See what you're doing right now? Don't do this. Don't ever cross the tracks. You don't want to cross the tracks, and you don't want to go into town, because everyone will shoot you. You have, like, you've got shots anybody camping over there, any medium or heavy that's in here, any TDs that are camping on the rails right there, any TDs that are on that hill over there, any tank on the hill. If you get on this thing, you are just a prime target. The 3 already they have. You definitely don't want to sit still on top of the train tracks.
Enemy armor is damaged.
See, the shot you got on that WZ right there, you could have gotten further back. Shit. I'm having to use push to talk because fucking bullshit. So we're gonna have to do this a little differently. You can fall back to, just right there and get these same exact shots without endangering your tank. Sorry, I'm a little sleepy. Like right here is where you can really lay into the hill. Like that's probably about as far forward as you really want to go, because then you'll stop getting cover from the bushes and things right there might even proxy spot you. But I'm not sure what you're doing right here. Like you should still be able to get shots on this WZ if you just move up this way. I mean, I don't know what you think you're going to do against an IS-5. There's a ton of camping tank destroyers and a heavy back here. They should be able to do. They should be able to deal with that just fine. And if not, then big deal. What are you going to do? You have 144 pen. Yeah. See, look at all this stuff that's over here, and 2 things are lit right now. And you're relocating to do what? To get side shots and do an IS-5? Right now, for all we know, the IS-5 is alone, and he's not really a huge threat to the team. This is a big threat. You've got guys that are going to die because they went to the town and are getting shot from everywhere. You've got... I really wish I knew what tanks these were. You've got these 2 heavies trying to hold the hill, but who knows how long that might last. But you could help them out by shooting these guys that are lit. You probably wouldn't have shots on this AMX, he's behind a little ridgeline right here, but you would have shots on this WZ.
We didn't even scratch them.
See what I mean about your pen? Can't even pen the side of an IS-5. Meanwhile, there's all these targets that you can shoot. All this damage that you could be getting. Never, ever, ever, ever go into town. Never go to town. It's a fucking death trap. It's not worth it. All these shots that you have right now, you could have gotten across the tracks with cover and been much, much safer. This is a terrible play. You will also get lit from here. From here, you won't get lit by anything on the hill. From here, things on the hill can spot you and shoot back. From here, things in the middle have to spot you before hill can shoot you. I wouldn't have even taken that shot. I mean, I wouldn't have come over here in the first place, but I wouldn't have taken that shot. I mean, that was a misplay, huge on your part. You just managed to get away with it. But you don't need to run away this far, unless you're trying to drop out of render range, which you don't even have to do. All you have to do is just cross back over the tracks and then go back down this way and follow along, and now you're hull down completely behind the tracks or behind the trains, and he'll can't shoot you. You don't have to run this far where you're out in the open and everything. What you really should be doing, I think, is just trying to help your heavies win the hill. And you can easily do that by just planting your ass right here and shooting up at the hill whenever they get lights on it.
Critical hit. Penetration.
That last shot was very helpful. See, what you just did there was more useful than what you've done through 90% of the game. You really fucked that up. I don't know what made you hesitate so much when you were shooting that guy. Like, you should have been able to get a shot on that guy way earlier.
Enemy armor is hit. I don't see the target.
Alright, so let's look at the map. Everybody has fallen back. Your heavies no longer are in a position to control hill, and they're fighting basically just to stay alive right now. You've got this little swarm of campers back here, including a WZ. So what could you in a middle tier medium tank do? Well, you can keep surfing this ridge, spot for Artie, spot for these TDs and everything. I think that's probably your best bet. You can be cheeky and push in, and maybe hope this Cheeto's gone somewhere else. But that's really risky, and you don't really want to do that. But basically, you just want to, I think, surf this ridge and make sure that nobody's poking up and trying to light these guys. And so you really want to play defensive right now. But you don't really want to give up this mid-range control, because then the game's over.
Ready to fire. Enemy is hit. Let's find another target.
Oh, push him, push him, push him. Just push him, just push him. It's a Cheeto. You can wreck his face. What are you doing? Why are you running away? It's a Cheeto. Oh, jeez. I mean, don't sit still where you can get artied, but it's a fucking Cheeto. Come on. You got one shot into him and then ran away. So what you're doing right now, like, just driving around here in this middle area is useless. You're not doing a damn thing. You can't spot anything unless they like come over the ridge completely. You're not in a position where you can shoot anything in case these guys spot it or these guys spot it. Unless you're on top of one of these ridges, and then you could shoot over if some of these guys spot something. But driving around in this little depression, you're not going to spot anything, you're not going to shoot anything. What you should be doing is just surf this ridge over and over. You're not that fast, but you're not very slow either. And, you know, you're the only thing with any real vision on your team left alive besides the secret Pershing. He's too slow to do anything. Oh, and the T-43 too, but he's also kind of slow. I wouldn't pull back to base. I think that's a weird thing to do. Maybe some of them should go back to base to defend when these heavies over here finally die. I'm really surprised they've hung on as long as they've done. The heavies they've been facing must be fucking terrible. But I don't think they should all fall back. I mean, you don't want to just give up a flank. Requesting fire, Cheeto. Just shoot him yourself! It's a tier 6 Japanese medium. It's not that scary. You need to be putting yourself in a position to shoot something. Right now, I would focus my attention on that T-34 on the hill. He's your best source of win 8 right now, basically. You know, these heavies that are on the hill have held out this long, so maybe they're not completely brain dead. But, I mean, there's only so long they can last. You can really help them out. This IS-5, again, good luck penning it. This Borsig, you're never going to spot him before he spots you. Yag 88, I mean, if you get side shots, you can pen. But basically, I mean, you would have to be taking an active spotting role here to get these guys. While this guy's lit and is an important tank that would, I mean, it'd be a good tank to kill right now. Yeah, good luck penning in a hold down IS-5. Just shoot that fucking Tiger in the T-34. That'd be a lot better use of your time right now. Hell, look at the Tiger at least and see if you could shoot him. No, T-34 took out one of the heavies that had been lasting so long.
That one didn't go through.
Look at the fucking hill. You need to look at the hill. Just look at the hill. Look at the hill. Come on, point your gun at the hill. Bully this Tiger now. If you don't do it, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. There you go. That's what you need to do. The T-34! What the hell, Nohan? Gee, don't request fire at it! Shoot it yourself! It's a... Oh my god, he just killed... Alright. The T-34... Sorry, I was getting a little Tilted. The T-34 just killed that 111. It's got, what, like a 12-second reload? Something like that? And it had 230 health. You could have just parked your ass on those tracks, even though I said not to earlier, and killed it. That would have been a really good thing to do. Especially now while it's lit. Because there's nothing there that would spot you while you're on the tracks unless that Cheeto push. And if the Cheeto pushes and you get spotted, fuck it, you just fall back on the other side of the tracks. You fall back on the T-34 side. Because he has nothing here. The only things left alive are T-34, Yak-88, 4-Sig, Cheeto, and Artie. And you know where the three non-Artie are. Artie are, back here somewhere. So if you get lit by the Cheeto while you're on the track shooting T-34, fall off towards the T-34. You can, believe it or not, you can bully a T-34 since it only has, it's 2 shots for you. And he just killed a 111. You could kill him with no danger to yourself. If you're gonna go after him though, I'd load gold. T-34 hull's, not super thick, but you have really shitty pen.
Permission to engage.
You just fired. You got all the time in the world to just sit there and make your shot count.
Enemy armor is hit. Target unlocked. We didn't penetrate their armor. Ready to fire.
That was really bad.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
That was so bad, Nohan. You should be ashamed of yourself for fucking up that shot and nearly getting killed because of it. I mean, there was really no way he was gonna kill you. His turret traverse is fucking terrible, but that was an extra shot at APCR down the drain. But see, if you just shot the T-34 when I was telling you to, you would be 400 damage. I mean, you'd have 400 more HP, and you would be in a much greater position. Now, right now, fuck it. Just bully that Cheeto and hope the Yak-88 doesn't see you.
Target acquired.
There you go.
Armor is damaged.
Bully, bully, bully.
We're immobilized.
Nice quick repair. I would not have rammed him. I would not have rammed him at all. Even if that shot hadn't been, I would have tried to go around him. Your speed is too important right now if Artie's still alive. And Artie loves to secure kills when they know their ally is about to die. Like if they think that the enemy is going to ram kill them or something, Artie will just fucking shoot. They don't care about the team kill at that point. They figure that guy's already dead. That was a really hopeful shot for the 2 pixels that were available. Alright, so game's won, basically. I agree with leaving the Tiger P alone. There's no real reason for you to risk getting blown up by him. I don't think I'd load HE for the M44, just because the HE pen is really low. So, I mean, you're either going to kill it in 2 shots, or you're not.
Target acquired. Target unlocked.
Yeah, here you go. Now you make the time to
Armor
aim.
is destroyed.
So, good job. Basically, there was a lot of times where your gun was out of play, where you just were not in a position where you could shoot when things were lit, and you were chasing after targets that you really had no hope of pinning or spotting. And I feel like you could have had quite a bit more damage, and this game wouldn't have been quite so close. I mean, it still wasn't all that close. The enemy team was super, super passive. The only thing that ever happened was just this death march across the hill that they eventually won after 10 minutes. But had you been in a more suitable spot in mid, I feel like that death march might never have made it across the hill. Maybe the IS-6 and the WZ that were on the hill would have lived, and this would have been a 15-5 game instead of, 15-11. Who knows? So, there you go.